Hey, DJ Angelo here and welcome to lesson number 7 of DJ Pro AI on your smartphone. Now that we've covered the main features of the software and how to mix between songs, let's now explore ways to perform more creative transitions. On deck 1, I have a track from the R&B playlist called Purpose, which is 140 BPM. And on deck 2, I have a track from the Trap and Future Beats playlist called Savage, which is 107 BPM. Their keys are the same, so musically they match, but their tempos are very different, so how do we mix them? Before I show you one method, let me quickly run through the cue points I've assigned for your reference. For track A, I have cue point 1 on the intro, cue point 2 on the drop, and cue point 3 on the break. And for track B, I have cue point 1 on the intro drums, cue point 2 when the bass line comes in, cue point 3 is a variation of the beat with more percussion, cue point 4 is on a drop, and cue point 5 is on the break of the song. I've also saved the 2-beat loop at 1 minute 28 seconds on a short melodic section. So here's creative transition number 1, which I'm calling Sync and Switch. Track B is playing from the drop at cue point 4. I'm going to activate the saved loop in advance so that it takes effect when the track reaches that point. Now I'm syncing track A to track B with key lock on for both decks. And at the break of track B, I'm going to start track A from its intro and gradually increase its tempo while fading across. So that's one method of transitioning between two songs with very different tempos. Let's move on to our next creative transition. For this example, I'm going to mix from Climb to Power on deck B, which we already know from previous lessons, into Your Beautiful Baby on deck A, which is from the Disco playlist. For your reference, the cue points I've assigned to this track are as follows. Cue point 1 and the start cue are assigned to the intro. Cue point 2 is assigned to the first drop. Cue point 3 is assigned to the second drop. And cue point 4 is assigned to the break. So this transition involves a tone play, which is a technique of manipulating parts of one song to sound like another. When experimenting with cue points 3, 2 and 1 in track B, I discovered that it resembled the melody of track A. It sounds similar, but the keys aren't quite right, but this is where the key shift feature in DJ Pro AI can be useful. By tapping on the key of a track, we can automatically match it with the key of the other track. Or we can press the key transpose button to activate key shifting and then manually shift the key up or down by up to 12 semitones. So by shifting track B down by 2 semitones, I'm able to match this with the key of track A, which should make my tone play sound more in tune. So how do we apply this to a transition between these two tracks? Let's find out in my creative transition number 2, which I'm calling Key Shift Tone Play. Track B is playing from the chorus on cue point 5 in its original key. Track A is cued to its intro, and I'm going to access Neural Mix to fade out the harmonics. At the end of track B's chorus, I'm going to echo out, then restart the track with the start cue, and sync it to track A. I'm then going to activate the saved loop, then key shift down by 2 semitones before starting track A and performing the tone play. Okay, so now let's move on to my final creative transition, which is another tone play example, but performed in a completely different way. This time I have the dancehall track Do We on deck A, which we already know, and on deck B I have a track from the R&B playlist called Stuck Like Glue. This track is a little unusual as it starts half a beat later than where a downbeat should be, and that's because it has an offbeat type melody that makes sense when the beat kicks in. So even though there's silence at beat 1 of the grid, I've still assigned my start cue point there, and also my first cue point to help me launch the track on time. Cue point 2 is assigned to the first note in the intro melody. Cue point 3 is assigned to the second note. Cue point 4 is assigned to the third note. Cue point 5 is assigned to the first verse. They don't make 'em like you no more. Cue point 6 is assigned to the first chorus. And finally, cue point 8 is assigned to the last chorus. So again, I was experimenting with these cue points and discovered that the 2 notes on cue points 3 and 4 are the same as the first 2 notes in the melody of track 1.
It's your official mix, baby.
The only problem was I needed 2 more notes to complete the tone play and recreate the melody, but these extra 2 notes don't exist in the Stuck Like Glue track. I also wouldn't be able to key shift fast enough, so after a little experimenting, I discovered that I was able to recreate the extra 2 notes by using the pitch slider at a range of 25% with key lock off. So let's apply these to my final creative transition, which I'm calling a pitch slider tone play. Stuck Like Glue is playing from its last chorus on deck 1. It's also on deck 2 where I'm going to apply a reverb and an 8-beat loop to its intro. I'm now starting deck 2 as the song ends on deck 1. Now I'm loading Do We to deck 1, before stopping deck 2 and performing the tone play.
It's your official mix, baby. On the beats. It's me, mother.
So I hope that this lesson showed you that with a little curiosity and a little creativity, we're able to do so much more in a DJ performance. And it doesn't stop here, so see you in the next lesson.